What's up, everybody? This is Michael Maestro Turner. I'm here with Jay Ski. Look, we're going to get right into it. Look, tell them who you are, what you do, what makes you Jay Ski.
Well, I'm Jay Ski, comedian Jay Ski, straight out of West End, Richmond, Virginia. And I tell jokes for a living. I be me for real on stage.
What's the first of all, what is the grind right now? Like what are some of the things that you're seeing as you're moving and you're traveling before we get into the blind grind?
It's like it's constant. I'm constantly away from home. You know what I mean? Just traveling on the road. I mean, me, I really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Because I done been places where I couldn't do those things. So now when I'm on the road, like I can fly somewhere, but if I got my homeboys or some people that's gonna drive, I'd rather drive than fly because I like to see the scenery in the road and stuff. So like, it ain't really that much of it's a grind, but not like hard labor type grind. Like I ain't really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not work to you because you love it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? You gotta have a dream first, right? And you gotta believe in yourself. And you gotta just step out there and do it.
Right.
I had so many people that come to me and be like, man, give me some tips on comedy. Ain't no tips, get on the mic. Like you gotta constantly try your, whatever it is you wanna do, you gotta go for it. And it's repetition, man. You gotta keep on doing it because I ain't doing nothing pop overnight. I'm struggling, I'm a struggling comedian. But to other people who is not in my position, they'll probably look at it like, man, you everywhere, you doing that, then the third. But I gotta always have in my mind that I ain't made it yet. Cause once you feel like you made it, there's nowhere else to go but down. It's always a process. So if you always look at it as a process, you'll keep on elevating. So I don't never look at it like I'm there, cause I'm not, cause I got $40 in my pocket.
Check this out. What is your blind grind? And it's not one. I know it's not one. And I've never met anybody with just one thing they did. But what's the thing that stuck out? I'll just throw mine out there. I had this moment where I literally just packed up my stuff from my parents' crib and was like, yo, the next meal is on me. I lived out in my car for 3 months, and I was just hitting schools and speaking while I was working a factory job. And I used that as an investment to get even the equipment we're doing right now.
Well, that's good. Well, my blind grind was a little different because I ain't make a whole lot of right choices. So when I started doing comedy, I was still into the streets. And I didn't understand that I had something. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me not being in the streets and doing and just working on my craft and working, I still in the streets. So I was taken away from my dream. You know what I'm saying? Without even realizing, like, hey man, this is something that you need. You see what I'm saying? And then I went away for a while. I did 5 years and came home and got back on it. But
did you work on it while you were here? Or it was just
I ain't gonna say
it won't work, but you was still.
I'm saying because I'm if anybody know me, I'm always gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? So like not knocking nobody else comedy, right? But what you see on stage with me, that's me off stage. Now some people can go into character. You know what I'm saying? Some people you'll meet somebody and you might not know they're a comedian, and then you go to the comedy club and it's like, oh man, that guy's funny. I didn't know he was a comedian. Well, I'm me like that. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Yeah, if you see me on stage, that's the same thing off stage. So you can say I worked on my craft because I was always communicating with people and talking, and I always was being me. So yeah, you can say I did that.
Well, I don't know if you even comfortable with the content. Do you or you don't want to share that?
Yeah,
how you kind of get your content? How you?
Life. Life is material. Like most of my jokes and my material come from stuff I actually really been through. What's most comedians do? I'm not saying like I'm so rare, like I just talk about my life, but that's what I do. I talk about my life. Like I don't really write. You have some people that write jokes.
Yeah.
And not saying that I just go out there and say anything, but like say it right now, we having a conversation, I bring up a topic. I'm really working out the topic like, dang, that could work on stage. So now that I've been doing comedy for so long, when I have a conversation with somebody, we having a random topic, you know what I mean? In my mind, I might be like, this can work on stage. So that's how I come up with material.
Yo, that's crazy because that's exactly how I do my speech.
Yeah, it's life.
There's a lot of people that they're scripted out, and like I have footnotes.
Yeah.
I have like, okay, I'm gonna talk about these 3 major points, but like I'm literally in the movies and I'm at the bank and I see 2 people. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Just everyday living.
Now my son, my oldest son, he just started doing comedy. He go to Virginia Union.
What's his Instagram?
Oh yeah, my son. What is his Jayron? JAYRON
Right.
_ JAYRON, and on Facebook he Jayron Mathis.
You plugging it right there.
Well, anyway, he do comedy too, and you know the apple never falls too far from the tree. And I guess he done heard me say a bunch of times. And one thing I will say about him, when he started doing comedy, he didn't even let me know. He didn't even let me know. I heard it through other comedians that he was going to these little, what we call rooms, like when a comedian have a open mic night at one of the bars or club, we call those rooms that where comedians go and work out at. So we call those rooms, right? So I just heard through the grapevine, like, Jay, you doing comedy? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, why you didn't tell me? But anyway, now he doing it. So sometimes he'll say, damn, I don't even write. I just go out there and I say, oh, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't good at doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't write, right? But I do have some topics that I'm, you know what I mean? Before I go on stage, I already got an idea. I ain't just going over there and say, well, I'm just saying anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything, you know. So he likes to write. Like, he'll write here. And some people is real good at writing,
It's about finding your sweet spot.
Yeah, you got to find what works for you. And that's with anything, you know what I mean? You got to find out what's good for you, what works for you, and just go with it.
Can you give them something like, you know, for the person that's just like, you know what, this comedy thing ain't working. It ain't working.
Well, you got to stick to the dream. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I'm married, right? And like I said, I'm a struggling comedian, right? And sometimes all them shows and all them, you know, on the road, you know, money be a little tight. And sometimes people going to be like, hey, man, you need to leave that alone, man, do something else. No, always stick to your dreams. Always keep on pushing forward, whatever you like to do. Don't stop doing it, but you got to do something else. Like, I also work, too, you know. I do HVAC work. Alexander Refrigeration Repair. If you need some HVAC work done, hit us up. I do duct work. You know how hard duct work is? You know, y'all might see me on Instagram at all the shows and sold out 1,000 people, 500 people, and then next week I'm gonna be up under your house laying duct work. So don't get too. Sometimes social.
That's the blind grind right there.
So sometimes social media have us gassed. You know what I'm saying? You have regular people who's not in the entertainment field, or you have local people, rappers, comedians, or whatever you may have, and they get a big social media following. And big to the average Joe, let's say you got 10, 15,000 followers, right? And then you get a lot of comments, a lot of likes on your pictures. You start to get the big head.
I made it.
You know, I made it. Especially rappers, because the rap game is like, it's a young man sport. You know, most rap, what they rap about, you already know what they rap about most of the time. You know, you're just telling a story, not painting a bad picture on somebody. But they get into the mode where, all right, I don't got to work, I'm a star. No, you're not. You're only a star until what you're doing is paying all your bills. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep on working. You got to keep believing in yourself and keep your dreams alive and keep on pushing. You know what I mean? And eventually, it'll pop. Because success is only determined on which. I know a comedian dude, man, good friend of mine. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to put his business out there. But he was doing comedy before me. Then when I came along, I started bubbling a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was going everywhere, and this guy, he been doing them so long, and he was like, he light-skinned too, you know how light-skinned guys get. He said, man, I'm sick of this comment. And this, that, and the third. He was through with it because the way he looked at success, like, I got to be
his view, yeah.
Movies and doing this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, we working, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? But now, recently, he done lined himself up with a big name comedian, keep on the road with him all the time, and then he happy. But see me, I look at success like this. If I can work year round and pay a few bills, I'm happy with that. Anything that comes past that, man, it's a plus. You know what I'm saying? So don't. I don't want to tell somebody because you want to shoot for the stars. I'm just saying that's how I do it.
But you never have arrived.
So I can always stay sane. Like, you know, because if I start looking at him, I won't be like Kevin Hart. Everybody not going to be Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind having Bruce career. Bruce worked year round at the Funny Bone and Improv all over the country.
Doing what you love.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Everybody not going to be Eddie Murphy, Marlon, and Kevin Hart to make millions. You know what I mean? Tony Wood, my brother, legendary. Legendary. That's who Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
and Marlon, they came up under him. Now, most people might not know him unless you see his picture. Oh, yeah, I know him. He's a big-time comedian. And work year-round. That's all he does comedy. You know what I'm saying? So you can have that type of success, man. That's a win.
Look, guys, you heard it from Jay Ski. Look, the blind grind. It's the grind that nobody sees that gets you to the next level. For all you guys that got a couple, and I don't say guy and gender, anybody, period, who think you've arrived, my mentor told me this. Maestro, if you think you've arrived, print out your bank account. Print out the statement.
Yeah.
That's the most humbling thing you could ever just print out your bank statement, and that will humble your doggone self. So look, we love y'all. Want you to keep going. Do not quit, because if you quit, you will never see it. I can't say it's gonna happen tomorrow. I can't say if it's gonna happen next week, next year. But if you quit, I certified. I know it's never gonna happen. Look, we out, y'all. No excuses, no days off. The dream is free, but that hustle so separate.